what a couple of thrillers we've had for our first two quarterfinals, both of them going the full distance, going to 3 games, and both of those first 2 matches repeats of the All England finals. Quarter-final stage here in Kuching. Next up is women's singles and the defending champion against the former champion, Ratchanok Intanon, up against the world and Olympic champion Carolina Marin. Then we'll have mixed doubles after that, and more Olympic gold medalists with Ahmad and Nasir. They're also defending champions of the Malaysian Open title. And then we finish with men's singles. And Lin Dan, this is one of the few major titles that he's never won. He's been in 3 finals, but never won the Malaysian Open. He's up against the 19-year-old Jonathan Christie, who was semi-finalist last year as a qualifier. So as far as the women's singles draw is concerned, by quarter-final stage, we had 6 different nations and 6 seeds. In fact, we lost 2 seeds in the first round. Last week's winner, Pusala Venkata Sindhu, number 6 seed, lost in the first round. Hebing Xiao, the number 8 seed, who won 2 Super Series titles last year. She lost in the first round, as did the former world number 1, Saina Nehwal. So it meant by quarter-final stage, only 6 seeds. And in that top half of the draw, Tai Su Ying coming through an absolute thriller there against the reigning world junior champion. So we're concentrating on the very bottom quarter of the draw. And here comes the defending champion, Ratchanok Intanon, followed by the left-handed Carolina Marin, a winner of this title 2 years ago. So between these 2 players, they have won the last 3 World Championship gold medals. They've won the last 2 titles here at the Malaysian Open. Ratchanok Intanon, who last year had the most astonishing 3 weeks, winning 3 Super Series titles in 3 weeks, India, then Malaysia, and then Singapore. And straight after that, she went to world number 1. So the first duty of our umpire, David Wong, is the toss of the coin. Beat Tai Su Ying last year, did this lady, in the final. Tai Su Ying now is the world number 1 and the number 1 seed, who we saw from the draw safely through to the semi-final. But Ratchanok Intanon, 22 years of age. She had 2 weeks after winning the Singapore Open as world number 1. It was a year ago. She was flag bearer for Thailand last year at the Rio Olympic Games. Now, she reached the All England final, where she lost to Tai Su Ying. And then last week in India, lost in the quarter-final stage to Sung Ji Hyun. Now, both of her matches in 2 straight games, though yesterday against Busanan Ongbangarangban. She won that opening game on her 3rd game point. And a very good match, lasting 47 minutes. So her second left-handed opponent in this tournament, because of course Sayaka Sato was left-handed, her opponent from the first round. So Carolina Marin is a year older than Ratchanok Intanon, at the age of 23, born in Huelva in Spain, and she also has been world number 1, a total of 66 weeks as world number 1 over 3 different spells. When she won her title here 2 years ago, she beat the number 1 seed and then Olympic champion Li Shuirui in the final. Last year she left in the quarter-final stage as the number 1 seed, lost out to Wang Yihan. And as far as her matches so far are concerned, Yip Hui Yin in the first round, and if you were with us yesterday, you would have enjoyed the match against Nicharon Jindapon, another player from Thailand. So this will be the 7th meeting between these 2 players. And Ratchanok Intanon has won 5 of the previous 6 encounters, including the last one, which was the quarter-final stage of the All England Championships, and she came from 11-18 down in that deciding game, won 10 straight points to win through 21-18 in the decider. An hour and 18 minutes. And that's one of my lasting memories of the All England Championships. Dean, you and I just absolutely loved that match, didn't we?
Yeah, fantastic match. Amazing comeback.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote her off. I can remember writing her off and then feeling very embarrassed that I'd been so stupid as to write Ratchanok off, because she is such a fighter on court. In fact, both these players are such fighters on court.
Very uncommon for Marin to let such a lead slip away.
Yeah.
That's probably also probably not that surprising that Ratchanok could come back. What I was saying before I interrupted the match start is that it wasn't as much the comeback by Ratchanok, but the slip by Marin that was surprising, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yes, because I always think of Carolina Marin as a great front runner. When she gets ahead in a match, she gets more and more confident, she gets more and more vocal. And usually gives opponents less and less chance. It's gone well on as well.
4 love.
Now, when Ratchanok Intanon won the title here last year, beating Tai Tzu-Ying in the final, in the semi-final, we were talking about her record yesterday against Wang Yihan. In the semi-final, she recorded her first ever victory over Wang Yihan in her 13th meeting. We were talking about it, weren't we? Because Hu Yun against Lee Chong-wei.
Yeah.
Hu Yun has never got close, and we were talking about styles of play. There's no logical reason why Ratchanok Intanon couldn't beat Wang Yihan until the 13th meeting.
But it's also, last year Malaysia Open was held in a different stadium than obviously this year, but also the years ahead of that, where it normally is held in the Putra Stadium in Kuala Lumpur. It was held in the outskirts of Kuala Lumpur last year, and it was
Shah Alam.
Yeah, Shah Alam. And it was an even more windy stadium than this one. It was really, really unpredictable, which favored the fast players and the technically skilled players.
Yeah.
5-3.
Yes, addressing the shuttle early, coming from above the shuttle. Now, you've got the option to kill it. If you come from below the shuttle, you've got no option of killing it. Oh, it's gone wide.
Service over. 4-5.
Good rally. Oh my goodness. Ah, it's a pity it ended on an error. What a good rally.
4.
34 shots. It's played at such a pace, though. Normally when we see long rallies like that in a women's singles, there's lots of clears, lots of slow drops. That was played at great pace.
It was, and then I think it's going to be this match here, because, I mean, Marin definitely wants to attack no matter what side she's on, and because she wants that, then Ratchanok needs to attack as well. So even though she made the mistake in the previous rally, I think it was a little bit to her benefit that she could sort of play the defensive style so long against Marin, and Marin wasn't able to penetrate.
Anders Thompson, Marin's coach. One of her coaches, I should say.
4.
Oh, that's well judged. Really mad.
9-4.
Well, the fans here beginning to get involved and mimicking the yells after the rally from Marin.
4.
So a 7-point advantage here at the mid-game interval of the opening game to the number 2 seed, Carolina Marin, defending champion, just off the pace at the moment. Off the accuracy, probably more importantly.
Ok, pero está muy bien, seguimos con esta intensidad, Carlos. Ok, ¿vale? Sigue cambiando el saque un poco, a veces abierto, a veces cerrado. Ok. Ok, va, bien.
Top 1, 20 seconds.
I know you speak a little bit of Spanish there, Steen, but perhaps next time we can ask him to speak in Spanish to
And
her,
then translate in Danish, so we
quickly
can
translate. Yes.
so we can have an idea of what's being said.
11-4.
I guess it's just continue. I mean, 11-4. No need to do anything drastic. Perhaps see if you can predict what the opposition is contemplating.
Play.
I don't think there's been much discussion about that, because Carolina Marin has started off really, really good here. She's playing up against the drift, and she can use all her power. Moves quite well on court. The really interesting thing is what is happening when they change ends.
Yeah.
12-4.
Well, this is 7 straight points, isn't it? Oh,
That's a good shot.
that's glorious.
13-4.
Great points now.
13-4.
Yeah, we saw Ratchanok after she was in the final of the All England. You're always a little bit disappointed losing the final, but she wasn't too disappointed because she didn't really feel that she was in that good shape yet. So it was a positive second place, so to speak.
Yeah, I read that same report too. I thought it was interesting as well. And I felt it was deeper than just the standard thing that athletes are taught now, what to say, and to say, oh well, I may have lost, but there's some positives. There was
some
genuine,
positives.
yes, and she was genuine in her belief of that.
It was like, okay, if I'm this far already from what I've been practicing, then I'm confident that I can get back into contention.
Yeah. Oh.
15-5.
No, just look at this. Oh. That's perfect.
We need to see it in slow.
Yeah. Did you think that was possibly taking it before it went up? I thought it was all right.
Yeah,
I thought it was good.
I would like to see it in slow, but I mean,
Yeah.
the umpire doesn't have that
No.
possibility. So
No. Oh, that's lovely. Deep. Carolina Marin forehand, and then the backhand net, and then going for the disguised angled shot down her forehand once again, making a twist and turn.
impossible to see where that shot is directed. Twisting the grip just in the nick of time.
Service over. 16-6. Service over.
It's interesting that both matches we've had today has been won by the player or pair that started on the far side of the court. Far side haven't been able to win a game yet.
No, that's very true. So hitting with the drift, you just can't control it
You
enough.
can't control it.
Service over. 17-7.
That's why.
Service over. 8.
Now, I was
18.
going through my mind about whether a player needs to sort of play themselves in and find their range from that far side, just in case there is a third and deciding game, in which case Ratchanok would have to play the beginning of the third game from that far end. And then I immediately thought back to that men's doubles where, you know, the opening game, what did they lose to? 7, wasn't it?
21-7
Yeah.
in 10 minutes. Okay, of course, the sample that we sort of deduct from is only 2, so it's a little bit early to jump to conclusions, but
Yeah.
there's no doubt that it's an advantage to play on the near side
Game point 8.
of the court.
Yeah, a whole host of game point opportunities. And it's gone long. 21-8.
First game won by
A little over 14 minutes.
21-8.
Yeah. There you are, match duration, only clicking over the 15-minute mark.
No podemos olvidarlo, aunque hay viento a favor, ¿vale? Pero un poco más corto. La variación de campo sigue haciendo lo mismo. Recuerda, si hace remate fuerte paralelo, ella llega. Entonces lo hacemos a veces y atento a que y a la variación.
Did you manage to catch any of that, Steen?
No, nothing
No,
that I could
no.
understand. One of the
Court 1,
mental things you
20
have to be aware
seconds.
is that sometimes
Court
you
1,
get
20
to overestimate yourself when you play such a great first game and only allowed your opponent 8 points, but there's not that much difference. It's all the conditions that come into play, so
Yeah.
it's much closer than that, and that's why you can't be shocked if you're suddenly facing much tougher opposition in the second game.
It does actually raise the question when there is such a drift caused in part by the air conditioning in these arenas. I know it's very hot and humid here in Borneo, but you know, if it has such an influence on the game that we're seeing, you know, as the level of players is getting closer and closer, of course, one assumes in first round you will have some mismatch standard matches, but here at quarterfinal stage, I mean, we've got the former world champion and former world #1 against the current world champion and former world #1. I mean, you shouldn't be winning and losing games 21-8
at the coin toss.
No, and that's the problem. That's the essence of what I'm leading to, is that with the air conditioning, we're turning it into a game of chance. And that shouldn't be right.
No, we should, if it was possible to select, we should carefully select the venues that we play our big tournaments in. And we've seen that at the Olympics, it's actually possible to minimize the effects of the drift in the hall by thinking about it and by taking it seriously. And I don't think that they're not taking it seriously here. I can just see that doors are going up and the curtains are drawn, but then they're withdrawn again and so on. I noticed that in Birmingham that they're doing a very, very serious job in minimizing the drift in the hall.
Yeah. I mean, you never get rid of it altogether because the shuttle is so light, and any big space, there's natural air currents.
1, 2.
And those air currents will make the shuttle move very slightly, so one end will always play very slightly quicker than the other end.
1. Service over. 2, 3.
Of course, then on a positive note, speaking about Marin's loss to Ratchanok at the All England, I mean, it was of course a bad loss, but I mean, the game was there to win it because she was leading 18-11, and eventually Ratchanok went on to play the final, and Marin was in the final of India Open as well. So the good form is just around the corner, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, when you think that the Super Series finals in Dubai at the end of last year, Steen, Ratchanok had to pull out partway through the tournament, didn't she, because of injury problems. So both these players struggling with injury after the Olympic Games.
And the thing is that when there's so much drift as there is in this hole here, you don't play by opponent tactics, you play by controlling the drift. It's the drift that decides everything tactical, almost everything.
Yeah. Oh,
great
that's
play.
delightful. Yeah, so it becomes more akin to the golfer having to play the course and the conditions rather than the opponent.
Exactly.
Of course, it's not akin to golf, but it becomes more like that. She read that.
And that looked like a video shot as well, one that was read ahead of the match. She was committing so much to that forehand side, Carolina Marin. That was called in. That's in as well.
6 all.
Yes.
Service over. 7-6.
Yeah, good follow-up.
6.
Alert.
10, 6.
Wrong choice of shot, or simply just too flat?
It's a difficult shot because she's playing with the drift, so she can't play it a bit harder, she can't play it higher, so in that way a wrong choice of shot straight down the line would have been better.
Yeah.
It didn't, it probably, there's a chance it wouldn't have been a winner, but it wouldn't have been a loser either.
No, exactly. So a 5-point advantage at the mid-game interval for the defending champion, Ratchanok Intanon.
I don't know if we can see, but Marin was sort of hitting the player boxes with her racket, a little bit annoyed, and that's exactly what we discussed in change of ends, that you're not 21-8 better than Ratchanok Intanon.
Yeah.
You've got help from the sides, and now it's the opposite way around. So 11-6 is actually pretty respectable, but you've got to keep up the spirit. You've got to have high morale.
Yeah, she was 3-1 up though, and when you look at the scoreline now,
lost the last 5 points.
11-6.
I thought she was awfully quick back onto court as well, Marin, and I'm not sure that Coach Thompson had enough time to really sort of almost calm her down. It was almost as if she looked angry, you know, that tap on the kit boxes and all wide.
And that's at least that's a place where you can't afford to make mistakes. You can't put them wide, because I mean the sideways drift is not that distinct in my opinion, and you won't gain anything by it. If you put them long once in a while, you're making sure that you have the correct length, so that's okay.
What's going wrong?
But again, I'm a bit lucky because I mean Ratchanok had the right idea, and yeah, she was on her way to win that rally. So we discussed it yesterday when we saw Carolina Marin play against who was it actually? She was playing
Jindapon.
Jindapon, yeah. Where I was looking for a little bit of sort of getting settled here. We discussed that Lin Dan sometimes plays 3 games in the opening rounds, but there's a purpose in it, that he sort of settles himself in to the playing conditions. And I didn't feel that Marin was alert to that yesterday. She just wanted to win as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
That's well played.
Yeah,
that's well played.
Yeah.
And if she can play like that, then it will be difficult for Ratchanok to beat her, because there was this clear, and it makes your opponent a little bit nervous. It doesn't have to be long. You just have to play it once in a while in order to sort of have the psychological effect of it, and a little deception on the lift, and that's a really, really good strategy of playing with the drift.
Service over. 39.
Oh, that was a good net shot. There. Followed it up with a wonderful winning smash too.
49.
Tumbled the net shot. Look at this. Look at that. That was perfect.
Well played.
Oh, my goodness.
Service over.
Well, that's a blunder from
14.
Ratchanok Intanon's side there, because I was just about to praise her from the other rally for having the great marking, and also here from working the court, using the whole court, and then overdoing it. That was not really good.
Service over. 15. 10.
Both players allowed to tell down.
Marin, on please. Fifteen, 10. Service over. 11, 15.
Yeah, the lift into the forehand, yeah, of the left-hander really invited the straight smash.
Well played, well played.
Delightful. No, it's not often that Marin is sent the wrong direction. A wonderful bit of disguise. Great shot imagination.
It's all the same power smashes, full power smash or 80% power smashes, but they all target the same area, the back part of the mid-court area. So it's reasonably easy for Ratchanok to defend the attack from Carolina Marin on this side here. Got to have some variation in her game.
She got back the net cord. That's a remarkable adjustment from Marin. Missed it.
Service over. 19-13.
It'd be interesting to know how many points Ratchanok has won in this second game with an error from Marin.
Yeah.
Good.
So she's been quite successful doing that, Marin, so that would be something that should go into the coach's notebook from both sides, that Ratchanok's got to play another choice of shot if she can. And Marin has got to try and exploit it a little bit more if she can.
Best just to get out of the way. Make sure your face is protected from an oncoming shuttle.
She's got to be careful now,
Do you know
Ratchanok.
that? I was just thinking that. You know what the score was just a few minutes ago.
And as you said, Jill, she's had trouble scoring her own points.
Yeah. It was 18-11. The other way round from the All England quarterfinal. Yeah, well worked.
And there was glimpses of the Olympic Marin with the attacks, and then she was at the net immediately the second after.
So 6 of the last 7 points to this lady.
17, 19.
The score was at once 18-11.
Yeah, that's what I just said. It's, you know, you get a sort of, I mean, I don't know what it is. I mean, well, you know, there's no logical reason, but if it sticks in my mind, you can bet it's sticking in the minds of the players. Well, that's nice to see Marin smile after the error there, but that's a forced error, no question about that. Gosh, it wasn't a million miles away, was it? So 2 game point opportunities for Ratchanok Intanon, the defending champion, to level this quarter-final at 1 game apiece. It's 1 game all. 21-18, second game to the defending champion, Ratchanok Intanon.
21-18.
A little over 40 minutes, and it's 1 game all. Well, I bet she was a little nervous towards the end of that second game, Ratchanok, with her opponent catching up, but it is indeed 1 game all.
我来拉，我来拉是表演壓住，同緊ด้วย啊，喺度เข้ามือเขาไม่ตบแรงเขาแค่เขาเอาไม่ก็วางนาไม่โชว์นาอ่ะอะไรเขาปัดแล้วยัดดูตรงกันนะใจเย็นดิถ้าเข้ามือแล้วตบแล้วตามแค่นี้นะปัดแยกจากการลงนี่
There's probably some kind of sports drink. Plain water. One of our players has that distinction.
Hot 1, 20 seconds.
Again, we have this situation where
20 seconds.
sort of you're challenged to do something a little bit better on the difficult side of the court, the far side here. So very interesting to see what Ratchanok Intanon has
Final game.
got in the bag
Level.
for us here in the first part of third game.
Play.
Got to do a little bit better than the 21-8 that she lost the first game with on that far side of the court. There's a couple of spectators using flash photography there. That's what Marin is alerting the umpire to.
One love.
That was 2 very, very good points to Ratchanok Intanon. So one of the ideas could be to go a little bit sharper for the net. We know that Intanon has got a great, great touch there. Yes. Well played though. Very nice play, smash from Marin.
1, 2.
Seems like it's difficult for Ratchanok to keep up with Marin on the physicality side of the game, so that's why I think that being extra sharp at the net could be a possibility. Yeah, exactly. Keep that tight. Well played. Well played. Normally, we would see many players lift on that cross net shot from Marin. But she's got to find a way to score points on this side here, Ratchanok Intanon. That particular shot there gives her a great attacking opportunity.
My goodness, this is a good start to the decider, isn't it, from Ratchanok?
1.
Fairly long discussion after the rally as well from Marin with her coach.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's great. Yeah. And that's, of course, the plan from the Spanish side, to sort of avoid these 50-50 situations, because playing rallies, then you should have a much bigger advantage playing this near side of the court. So if you return a short service with a net shot, you give the opportunity to your opponent to play a 50-50 shot. And you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you open up the court and play your opponent to the baseline while you can. When you change sides, it's not possible to do it. Great deception there from Ratchanok.
3-4.
He's looking worried.
Perfect play.
It was a super return of serve out wide,
Yeah.
and then played the cross-court net shot.
Yeah.
Service over. 4-5.
Oh, that was going wide, wasn't it?
Yeah. She's picked up speed, Ratchanok. She's playing faster now.
And I think that speed of movement from Ratchanok is making Marin try and play closer and closer to the net, or closer and closer to the lines. That's great retrieving, isn't it, from the defending champion? Look at that. It's amazing. No wonder she's happy with that.
But that's what I mean, that the attack is too predictable from Carolina Marin. She brings herself in trouble every time because she can't really follow it up. And then she gets a little bit on the defensive side of the rallies.
Well, both players, I think, are asking for the court to be mopped, and the umpire said no.
7-4.
Which makes no sense when both players agree
Yeah.
that it should be mopped.
Yeah, and they're both trying to scuff away the perspiration that's fallen onto the court surface with their shoes.
Service over. 5-7.
A little stamp of frustration there from Ratchanok.
5-7.
Incredible.
Well played, well played. You could almost see how Ratchanok was fighting to get back from that corner in the first place. Here, always good with 2 drop shots in the same place.
Play, please. Service over. 8, 6.
Oh, pressed down the line, that's wonderful accuracy.
7,
Set up by a great service return. Ratchanok one step in the wrong direction. And then when you're playing with the drift, it's really, really hard to control it when you're a little bit off balance. I thought you were over string, but
Yeah, it didn't sound right, did it?
no. That's well played. I was just thinking Ratchanok needs to get on the attack a little bit more. She was successful with that in the beginning of this third game, but she wasn't allowed a chance.
Five of the last 6 points to Marin.
Play, 8. Marin.
Oh, it's landed in. Oh, challenge. Yes, there's a challenge. Challenge here.
Ratchanok Intanon.
No, I thought that landed in.
All out.
I thought that because Carolina Marin just marched off court, that was actually influencing the line judge, and I thought it landed in. Here we go. Oh,
Just
that was
out.
wrong.
Challenge unsuccessful.
Well,
11, 8.
line judge
Interval. Change
gets it
hands.
right. So it's 7 of the last 8 points now.
Interesting situation now.
Play. Marin. Arya.
You asked me on the way out, Joe, who I thought would win this match, and I said I thought it would be decided by who won the coin toss. So I've got to stick with that and say that Marin is going to take it. But I'm pretty certain that if they played in good conditions in a practice hole or where it was, then right today, Marin is in better shape than Ratchanok Intanon. But Ratchanok still got a chance because she's clearly on the better part of the court right now.
That's the one you were talking about in the second game.
I like that particular because that was sort of deliberate. The other ones was like, I gotta go back and smash as fast as possible and as hard as possible, and everything is just gonna be fast and furious. I mean, you can easily maintain the attack on this side of the court if you're Marin because she's so fast. So as long as she's got the attack, nothing bad is happening to her.
Well, this is extraordinary. 10 of the last 11 points from 4-7 down to 14-8 up.
And we're just waiting for 18-11 to kick in. See what happens this time.
Now, finally the run comes to an end. Now, that's a great spell from Marin.
I think she's tired, Ratchanok Intanon. It's looking a lot like the second part of second game where she was in trouble of not really taking it to a third game, where Carolina Marin was playing catch up. It's gone wide.
This is just extraordinary, isn't it?
17-9.
13 of the last 15 points. That's wide. That finishes it off nonetheless.
18-9.
Oh, she's missed it. My goodness me.
I just had to look at Coach Anders Thompson and he couldn't believe what he was seeing.
No, I saw that too.
The spectators were diving not to get hit by that one.
Was secretly hoping for the 18-11.
Yeah. It was 18-9 this time, and I don't think Ratchanok will come back. There's also, I mean, there hasn't been much time for her. There's been tournaments ever since All England. She didn't play Swiss, did she? No.
No.
And there's been 1 week of rest, and then India, and now this. So to get in shape.
20. Match point 10.
So match points galore. World Olympic champion.
Service over. 11-20.
Missed it.
Yeah, Miss Thompson is still
20.
shouting in there, so even though she's 8 match points up, he's not really calm on the coaching chair.
No.
That's why.
That's wide. This time. And the former champion from 2 years ago, Carolina Marin, beats last year's champion in 3 games. Coming from 4-7 down in this deciding game to win 21-12. An hour and 2 minutes of fascinating badminton.
21-8. 18-21. 21-12.
Yeah, she's pleased with that. And so is coach Anders Thompson. Yeah, she's delighted, and why not? She should be. So 21-8, 18-21, 21-12 in the deciding game, and Carolina Marin will play against Nozomi Okuhara, the Olympic bronze medalist, in tomorrow's semi-final. Well, 3 thrilling matches so far on quarterfinals day. All 3 going to a third and deciding game. Next up is mixed doubles, and last year's champions, who after winning the Malaysian Superseries went on to take the Olympic gold medal, Tontowi Ahmad and Liliana Nasir, are up against Choi So Gu and Che Yu Jung. Then we finish with men's singles, and last year's semi-finalist burst onto the scene with the first ever semi-final, Jonathan Christie, as an 18-year-old a year ago. Can he record a second victory over Lindan? We will find out later on. But here's the mixed doubles draw from quarterfinal onwards. 3 Chinese pairs, and then 5 other different nations involved. So 6 nations involved in total, with 5 seeds from the quarterfinal stage. You can see that the world number ones, Cheng Shiwei and Cheng Ching-Cheng, are already through. And at the top half of the draw, I can tell you the other mixed doubles is on court at the moment. So we're concentrating on the bottom quarter of the draw with the defending champions, Tantowi Ahmad and Liliana Nasir. So yet another match that involves a left-hander, and it is the Korean Chea Yu-jung who's the left-hander in this one. She's a nippy little player on court, daughter of Kim Bok-sung. Do you remember?